What is going on, people? Didn't expect the sun to come out like this, but like you said, man, we doing this thing real good. Your boy 6MK over here on the 6MK live channel. Really, nigga? You picked the perfect time to do that shit. Whatever. Hey, man, we doing it over here, man. Like you said, man, I thought I want to go ahead and speak upon or give or what they say, give it a day after everybody kind of crashes out. The Falcons Titans preseason game. Yes, sir. I am outside. It is sunny as hell. I'm about to go ahead and get in this car because this motherfucker hit wheelies for no damn reason and it's getting on my damn nerves. Yeah, you good. You good. Ladies and gentlemen, that is exactly the sound that you hear when it is very, very sunny outside and it's not raining no more. People want to ride around in four-wheelers and Challengers with fucked up engines. I want to go ahead and get this thing going on right. As you saw. So, we give a shout out to the people that's in here right now. We got Smooth C78, got A137 Sauce, we got Derek Hughes, Keyshawn Vlad, we got Michael, we got Diamond in here. Hey man, appreciate y'all. So, as you already know, you didn't really get an opportunity to see a post-game show from the Unholy Alliance. But I thought I'd give you my thoughts on what I saw in last night's preseason game between the Falcons and the Titans and who stood out the most for me. Now, let me go ahead and address the elephant in the room, and that is some of these goofy ass Falcon fans that's sitting over here crashing out the fact that they didn't win another preseason game. Let me explain to you why it is called preseason and not regular season. Preseason is meant for guys that are looking to make teams, whether it be the Atlanta Falcons or said other teams. This is the perfect time for teams to build depth. Now, we look at this spectrum and say, well, they're not playing their starters. We literally got stupid motherfuckers out here who is basing the entire Atlanta Falcons regular season solely based on what a bunch of second and third stringers are doing in preseason. That shit getting on my nerves. We can't get upset that they're not playing their starters, that the Falcons are not playing starters in the preseason. That's going to be dictated by what they want to do. So don't get mad at Raheem Morris. Don't get mad at Arthur Blank. Don't get mad at all these other guys that they decide not to play your starters. Your AKA. Let's be honest what this is. These motherfuckers. We ain't seen Michael Penix in the preseason. That's why a lot of these Falcons fans is motherfucking mad right now. So what? It is what it is. But I will say this, just to kind of give an overview of last night's game. The Atlanta Falcons were defeated by the Tennessee Titans 23-20 in a very interesting back and forth game. I'm gonna let the therapist go off on Cam Ward, but I will say there was a multitude of big plays that happened last night, i.e. Eastern State throwing a pick six, which gave Tennessee their first score of the game. You had Nate Carter with a 50-plus touchdown, with a 40-plus touchdown run in the third quarter, which was another big play. And you had a 50-yarder from Eastern State to Chris Blair for a touchdown. So these were the three big plays that we saw as far as this game going on. Now, as a Falcon fan, am I upset that they lost the game? No. Let me tell you why I'm not upset. Once again, you don't get any accolades winning in the preseason. Let me say that again for the people in the back. You do not get accolades for winning preseason games. Man, these some good ass goldfish, boy. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. That's the one thing that I saw that was kind of irritating me throughout the game and stuff like that. Was what we call the crash out crew crashing out about the Atlanta Falcons during a preseason game in which it's all about the guys who's trying to make practice squad rosters and guys who's fighting for 53-man roster spots. I ain't even gonna be mad about that, because if I had a damn four-wheeler, I'd be riding around this neighborhood disturbing everybody my damn self. John St. Clair, what's going on, man? Now, like you said, some of the notable numbers that happened Falcon-wise, like you said, Eastern Stick, 19 for 32, 179, touchdown and interception. Nate Carter, about 9 carries for 60-something yards. Chris Blair, 3 receptions, 79 yards and a touchdown. And that's pretty much noticeable on offense. Like you said, I'm not worried about Michael Penix or Kirk Cousins not playing offense. Bijan Robinson, Tyler, Drake, and all them playing on offense. Because essentially what you're constantly seeing on a week-to-week basis is this is kind of like a blueprint on what you're expecting to see of the number ones for the Atlanta Falcons. The mindset and everything and what they want to do. So this definitely was a good back and forth game. So like I said, I'm also shout out to Tennessee Titans. Like I said, they actually put on a good game. The Titans and the Falcons actually put on a good game. We saw pretty much a lot of trench play A lot of plays made in the trenches from both sides, in which I did like to see. Yeah, Southside. Yeah. Yeah, them dirt bikes is a motherfucker. Let's say John St. Clair said Nathan Carter's explosiveness was a nice surprise. Dirty Bird 248 said it would have been nice to see Emery more. If y'all hear me chomping a bit, I'm sitting, like I said, I'm sitting over here eating on some goldfish. I got them for free, so you know how that go. But let's see, Trauma Lots here say I said they should play at least a game. Not trying to have a moment like we had versus the Steelers. It's understandable. But like you say, the thing is the biggest issue that the Falcons have coming into this offseason is not necessarily offensively wise, but it's more so on the defensive side. This is why you see a lot of James Pierce Jr. kind of playing a lot of snaps, which kind of goes into the main point I wanted to make in today's live is who stood out to me the most. Okay, there you go. One of the main players that stood out in this game to me, and I was looking at the way that he was used, and we're going to kind of talk about this a little bit more on the Originators on Monday, is Brandon Dorless, the aspect on way they used him in that first half was very intriguing to me. The Brandon Dorless, Zach Harrison combo. Because Brandon Dorless, as we already know, 3rd round pick last year, really didn't see him play at all. We probably seen him like maybe a couple snaps. But if you paid attention to him on the field, he was pretty much lined up at all 4 D-line spots. Rather as a 3 tech, a wide 9, pretty much just being a pass rusher as well. And I think this definitely is what's going to help with when they once we start seeing some of these cuts that they're going to make. We're going to like I said, he pretty much kind of set himself apart from like you said, guys like a Katavius Street, Laquel London, even though these guys are very important. But this goes back to Jeff Ulbrich. This goes back to the Brick Man, the Brick Man, Kevin Ollie, not Kevin Ollie, Nate Ollie. I don't know why when I said Kevin Ollie, I was thinking about me, but at the same time, yeah, Nate Ollie. These are guys that's going to be very, very key in the production and the development of this front 7, especially that defensive line, because that defensive line is going to be the big difference between this defense being able to take the next step or being exactly what the fuck we saw last year. But I always say it too. I want everybody to pay attention to Zach Harrison as an interior defensive tackle, because it was a multitude of plays as well in which he was getting to the backfield and causing havoc up the middle of the gut. Southside said, I gotta be honest, Felipe Franks was kind of impressive yesterday. That's because he's a veteran. He's a veteran and he's a special teams guy. Y'all gotta learn. Special teams is very important. Speaking of special teams, Young Wei Koo looked healthy kicking the football for the first time in the last couple of years. Dirty Bird here said the false starts got to be improved. Yeah, that was pretty much the second and third string offensive line. So, like you said, those guys got a lot of work to do as a unit. So, like you said, we're pretty much trying to figure out who the hell is going to be the backup to the main guys. But they didn't really do themselves no justice last night again. Like you said, they're going to get kind of a pass for the simple fact that Nate Carter got that big 40-plus yard run for a touchdown. So from the stat sheet wise, it looked like, okay, they weren't too bad. But if you paid attention to that game, that offensive line couldn't hold up in the run game if they saved their damn life. So for those that are the fuck Caleb McGarry side of the game, you gonna need this first team offensive line to stay healthy for a full 17 games, because from what we're seeing, from what they putting out there, they can't run the football. D. Coleman here said, I would not be shocked at all to see Doyless be what we hope Rook. No, Rook is going to be fine. But what they're doing with Doyless is they're trying to turn him, they're looking like they're trying to groom him as that flipper. That guy who could play inside and outside. So he's pretty much gonna be groomed to be the next Rashid Hayman, who is a guy who could play inside and outside. And he got quite a few pressures. Like I said, James Pierce got some pressures too. I know we haven't really seen too much of Jalen Walker because he's dealing with a groin injury, but it's giving James Pierce and it's giving Brandon Doyless an opportunity to run as an edge rusher as well. And I loved it. Like you said, I'm not worried. Like you said, wins and losses in preseason, I don't care about those. The main thing that I look for when it comes to preseason, what is the philosophy of the team? Are you going to develop the depth of the team? And if anything happens, do you have confidence in the guys that are backing up your starters to come in and fill in that role? This is what the preseason is about. We ain't worried about, oh, we not 3-0 in the preseason. Oh, our season is doomed. You tell them stupid motherfuckers they need just sit the fuck down somewhere. Don't tell me the Atlanta Falcons season is over because some 2s and 3s ain't win a fucking game. So I got a question for everybody. How many crash outs have y'all seen today and yesterday pertaining to the Falcon fans? You put 1 a lot or 2 not that many. Okay, Dirty Bird 248 says he's seen a lot of crash outs. Keyshawn said he's seen a lot of crash outs. Southside said the 2017 Browns went 4-0 in the preseason. For those that don't know what that means is, yeah, the 2017 Browns went 4-0 in preseason and proceed to go 0-16 in a regular season. 3-1, seen a lot of crash outs. Said, I've seen if people crashing out over preseason games, they need professional help. D. Coleman said, hell, I was crashing out during the game about Nelson and Wilkerson, but after that, man. Yeah. See, I ain't worried to see. That's cool if you, like you said, if players didn't play to expectation, that's cool. But when you got people out here talking about, oh my God, the season's over. They can't win a preseason game. Oh my God, the Falcons are going on 17 because they can't win a preseason game. Those are the goofies that I constantly talk about. Oh my God. Easton Stick didn't throw 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. Oh my God, Michael Penix, the season's over. We can't run football. Bijan Robinson gonna get less than 1,000 yards. The season's over. James Pierce didn't get 3 sacks. Oh my God, the season's over. Really, niggas? We really doing that? Now I start to believe why the tactician always call y'all customers. Your son bitches, it's preseason. I'm sorry. But I didn't know that the play of second and third stringers dictated what the first team was going to do in the regular season. My God, it's all over. No. If you go into the mindset of a preseason with the mindset of you want to see what the philosophy of the team is, you're not going to be worried about whether they win or lose preseason games. Winners don't give a fuck about preseason. Losers do. The people that got the losers' mindsets are the ones that is crashing out about preseason wins and losses. These are the bums in the fan base that we warned y'all about for years. Yeah, now all of a sudden, the same people that crashed out on us about why we give Raheem Morris hell are the very same ones that's sitting over here bitching to Raheem Morris about why the starters ain't playing. The fuck is we talking about? You stupid motherfuckers is so entitled about wins and losses in a preseason game, you tend to fucking forget that the preseason is about building your fucking team. I'm just saying here, bro. The simple fact that y'all got us over here defending certain decisions that goes with this team that could be down the long run as far as where they go week 1 in the regular season is the saddest thing I've ever seen in my damn life. Keyshawn said, I only care about how the defense, O-line, and the backup quarterbacks look. AKA the depth of the team. I want to know if Darnell Mooney goes down. Do we have a capable guy to replace him? I want to know if Cade Nellis goes down. Do we have a capable guy behind him? AJ Terrell, Jake Matthews. This is what the preseason is all about. That's what it's all about. Southside said, get this straight. Fans want Penix or Kurt to play in the preseason with backups. With backup O-linemen. Exactly. The majority of your offensive line is older guys. They're not going to play in the preseason like that. Outside of Matthew Bergeron, everybody has been in the league at least 5-6 years. Possibly Ryan Newsom might have been a little bit sooner than that, but I'm just saying. And the CI ass is over here crashing out over Easton Stick. Easton Stick's main purpose on this damn team is to be the translator for Michael Penix Jr. What you saw on the field, what you see on the field in the regular season is essentially the ideologies of what they want to do offensively with Michael Penix. Get the fuck over it. If y'all sitting over here crashing out over preseason games, I think y'all motherfuckers need to have your heads evaluated. That's like expecting doomsday from a set of games that have no value whatsoever. The only value that these preseason games have is if guys don't get hurt. That's all I'm saying, man. So I wanted to go ahead and just get that off my chest right quick. Like I said, man, Falcons, they lose another preseason game, which I really don't care if they win or lose. The main thing is you want guys to not get hurt and guys that's going to be available. Because we're at an aspect of time in the preseason now where they're going to have to start cutting this shit in half. And start looking at building their practice squad roster. It's a multitude of guys who is safe after this week, and there's a multitude of guys that's gonna get cut. We're going to find out. John St. Clair said, is there a preseason Super Bowl? If you ask Falcon fans, you would think there's a preseason Super Bowl. I'm just gonna call them a bunch of dumbasses. Y'all are some emotional dumbasses. To think that there is a preseason Super Bowl and that the regular season is over with because you lost another preseason game. Once again, I'm going to say this. Winners don't care about wins and losses in the preseason. Losers do. And on that note, I'm about to be up on out of here. 6MK Live, 6MK versus Kev. Give a little thoughts on this and kind of gave you a little rant at the end, boy. So, like I said, man, we may have an STS coming up tomorrow as well. Probably try to figure out what kind of topic we got. So, hey, man, we out here. This is the thoughts of 6MK, a.k.a. Kev, and Kev alone. So, if you got a problem with it, I ain't hard to find. You hit me up. So, till next time, people, we here to play. We here to stay. And I'm about to go ahead and get me something to eat. So, we out here. Deuces.